Hey guys, what is up? My name is Nod Lammers of Invoked 101, and today I have a deck that I did right before the ban list and then got hit on the ban list. So I was a little bit salty. A lot of people thought this deck was dead. I do have a new card in here that is supposed to help revive it, and I'll talk a little bit about that card when I get to it. But for now, I'm going to talk about some other stuff that changed about this deck, because it has changed a lot since the ban list. So we're going to set some cards off to the side. I am just going to zoom in just a touch, and we're going to set the spells off to the side. So let's talk monsters real quick. So of course we are running 1A because instead of Cannon Soldier getting hit, we got A hit, which sucks, but we still got to play the 1 because we need to. And then we're also playing 3B to search, and you probably just saw it in my hand, but 3C, 3C as another extender. So this is what we're playing. This is what I still like these numbers. I've always liked playing 3 of each. So it really sucks that A got hit to 1. But you know what? Let me zoom out just a touch. There we go. But that's just how it is. But hopefully on the next ban list, either Firewall Dragon will get hit or Cannon Soldier and Toon Cannon Soldier will get hit, and we'll be able to bring A back. But you know, who knows? So that's it for our ABC unions. We do have some other unions in the deck, and those are our friends Torque Toon Gear, who if you know me, you know I've been a big proprietor of this card, and Heavy Mech Support Armor. So Torque Toon Gear, like I said, he turns it into a tuner, gives it 500 attack and defense, and is a light machine. This is also a light machine, but it makes the card untargetable by card effects. And also when it's normal summoned, you get to scoop a union out of the graveyard and special summon it onto the board. Kind of like a reverse gadget. I would honestly play maybe 2 or 3 of these, because it is searchable, it is equipable to any of the ABCs, so, and it does help kind of recover stuff. So I don't know, I might, like, it works out really well. So if I can find a second one of these, because I have like 6 ABC structure decks, so I feel like I know I have more of these lying around. I would definitely play 1 to 2 more copies of this. I would definitely bump this card up. But I think that's it for our unions, especially since like A is gone and we need more stuff to equip to things now. So we're playing 3 gold and 3 silver. I would honestly cut these down to probably 2 each if I had a couple more things. I saw these guys a lot, but I wasn't really feeling playing 3 of them I don't think playing 3 of them is as needed anymore. I definitely think back when we had 3A, this was a lot better, but with, you know, now with Heavy Mech Support Armor, which we kind of now have to play, I feel that these guys need to be cut down just a touch, just 1 each. So that's what we have for that. We also play 1 of the machine kaiju, because we can search this with Clifford Genius if we tag out, and also it just kind of outs stuff. So say like their monster can't be targeted, you can give them the kaiju and then banish it with ABC. So there we go. And then I'm playing 2 copies of Ghost Ogre. This could really be your hand trap of choice. 2 Ash, 2 Veiler. I would honestly, I really wanted to be playing 2 Veiler in here, but I just had the hand traps, the ogres on standby. These are kind of like my go everywhere ogres. So realistically, just hand trap of choice. And for the last monster, I'm playing Garnet for the Brilliant Engine. So you can see that the deck has changed quite a bit, and that is it for the monsters. I believe I'm actually playing a really small monster count. It's not too many. I think it's only in like the 18 to 16 area, I think. So, but play what you want. So let's move into the spells. So the first one I'm playing is of course 3 Union Hanger. This still is one of the most important cards to the deck, if not the most important card in the deck. I don't have my secrets. I'm still playing the OTS Supers because I paid too much money for them. But yeah. Equips a union from the deck and also searches whenever it's activated, so it's just a very nice card. And then I'm also playing 2 Terraforming because the field spell is too good not to play Terraformings for. Terraforming at 2 kind of hurt, but it's kind of a whatever thing. So we see that card enough. And then I'm playing, of course, I mentioned it, I'm playing 3 Brilliant Fusion. This card gives us an extra normal summon if it doesn't get ashed. But in case it does get ashed, I'm playing 2 Called by the Grave. This is just I don't know. You can't really counter. I don't have too many hand traps in the deck, so I'm playing the hand trap counter. This is another card that got hit on the list and it didn't really need to. So, but yeah, I'm playing 2 Call by the Grave, and then for our 1-ofs, I'm playing 1 Iron Draw. It's not at 1, but I put it in here with the rest of them. I didn't want to play Pot of Desires, so I opted for Iron Draw instead, because usually if you have 2 machines on board, it's like B and Cliffort Genius, and then you activate this, you draw 2, and then make ABC, and it's like, you're fine. I'm playing Regeki in the main to pop stuff. I'm playing Monster Reborn, so that way I can revive ABC before my opponent does. And lastly, I'm playing 1 for 1 for the Torque Tune gear. Y'all already know I'm playing the 1 for 1 for Torque Tune gear. You know, he's my buddy. All right, so that's it for these spells. So we actually are still playing a pretty big trap suite in this deck. We are playing, so the main card that we're playing here, and like I said, I had 6 of these structure decks laying around. We're playing 3 Union Scrambles. So this is the card I wanted to talk about. So whenever my girlfriend said that ABCs weren't dead, when I thought they were completely dead by the ban list, my girlfriend said that they weren't, and that to use a card like Burial from a Different Dimension. And I was like, well, Burial from a Different Dimension doesn't do a whole lot. This summons them back. This is Burial from a Different Dimension, except only for Union monsters, and it summons them back to the field. And then if it's in the graveyard, you can banish it to pick up a Union from the banish pile. So if something happens to A, you can get it back. That's essentially what Union Scramble is. This card is nuts. I am not playing less than 3, because if you open 2 copies and you make ABC, you can set 1 and then ditch the other one later, and then ditch the other one off ABC, use its effect if A gets banished again, and then use this to special summon all 3 pieces back. This card is insane. Feel bad for people who didn't have their copies already, because I know a lot of people picked up the deck when it got reprinted, and this is just one of those cards out of the structure deck that just has not been reprinted. So you know what, next OTS pack I bet we're gonna see this card. But yeah, this card is nuts in this deck. It's so good. Going into the last 4 traps, I'm playing 3 Torrential Tribute. It's still a really good card in ABCs. You flip this on your opponent doesn't get their stuff. You get the floating effect of all your monsters though, because all ABCs float. And then lastly, we're playing Skill Drain because we're playing a helmet deck that uses ABCs. So that's what we're doing here. But yeah, I cannot stress this enough. This card is insane. I love this card. I've been looking for, I was playing this in my XYZ Dragon Cannon deck, if you remember, to get the stuff back. So this coming into the deck is like the next natural progression. It's pretty okay. That's it for the main. Let's talk about the extra. So of course we're playing 3 ABC. Granted, I only summon him about twice, but realistically, if the second one so if you want to, you can play 2, but it's kind of risky, because like if you get rid of the 2, then and you don't have the third one, but you really need that third one, it's like, so yeah, I'm playing 3 because I need to. And then I'm playing Gem Knight Seraphonite as my last fusion before the Brilliant. These are the only fusion monsters you need in the deck, because you're not making anything else. So these could all be Link monsters. The cards I'm about to show you could all be Link monsters if you really want them to be. This is just how I prefer to play, although granted, I'm probably going to swap these out for stuff like Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Cerberus and other things. But and I'm also talking to a guy about getting a Gumblar Dragon, so these things are going to change over time. I'm still playing the Tornado Dragon. Let's kind of zoom in just a touch. Tornado Dragon to pop back row, Bujinki Tsukiyomi to draw cards, Baguska to skill drain my opponent, Abyss Stoler for Goki, and Diamond Direwolf for the same thing that we have Tornado Dragon for, except he can pop anything, I believe. So there we go, that's our rank 4 package. And lastly, for links, we're playing Cliffort Genius, of course, because he's the machine link. You can just target your own field spell after you've used it, negate its effect, and negate a monster effect. Just a nuts card. Hippo Shinnigan making a 3500 ABC, yes please. Underclock Taker, really good generic link. Basically, you make this after you've made, you turn your Seraphonite into this. You turn Seraphonite and whatever else you summon into this. Decode Talker, because Decode Talker is still one of like the best generic links, and it's just kind of a stepping stone in this deck. Firewall Dragon, even though he got a ban, so you know what, if you don't want to play this card out of like just principle, you don't have to. Really, this should be Topologic Gumblar. or like Chisbania or something like that. And then Saryuja Skuldred. This is like ABC's best friend right here. This is probably like, this is like my favorite, one of my favorite cards ever. Saryuja Skuldred is the new Ancient Fairy Dragon for this deck. Like, it's not, well, I guess actually Seraphonite's more like the new Ancient Fairy Dragon. This was always there. But yeah, Saryuja is dope. Just one of the best cards. Before ABCs got hit, I was making this every turn. Now if I open good, which actually doesn't take a lot, I can make this every turn. You can also usually make A every turn, as long as you open Brilliant Fusion and not Garnet. So yeah, that's it for the deck. I know I kind of rocketed through this deck. I just kind of like blared through it. That's because like I'm super excited. I did play test this deck a little bit, and it plays so differently now. Like it's insane how much the deck has changed, and it's really realistically all because A got hit over Cannon Soldier. So hopefully we only have to play this card for like 1 or 2 formats. But if this is the way ABCs are going, I mean, maybe, I don't think they stand a competitive chance. Who knows? Maybe if you tag out the extra deck for more links and you add in like the extra copies of Heavy Mech Support Armor, because I know he was in the Kaiba collection. I need to get some copies of that one. But if you just like get some more stuff for it, I bet that you could make this deck function once again. But I hope that this helped people who were asking for the post banlist deck profile. But yeah, so tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.